Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I'm your State Representative, Ana Maria Ramos from House District 102. And I have some amazing women on our joining us today. And I met these young ladies at a Black Lives Matter protest in our community. They organized it. They blew me out of the water, blew everybody out there. So if you all don't mind introducing yourself and letting everybody know, our viewers here, who you are, and then we'll go through a couple of questions. And the idea for today is that these wonderful women are really going to inform us a little bit more about the movement, how they got it together, because it was at Berkner Park down the street from my house, and it was amazing. Tons of people showed up. It was just an amazing event. And so these are the masterminds behind this amazing gathering here at Berkner Park. So let's start with you, MacKenzie. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your ties to the community, and you know, how you all started having these conversations and stuff.
Okay. Hi, my name is MacKenzie Mitchell. I attended LV Berkner High School from my freshman to junior year. And then my senior year, I transferred to Memorial Park Academy, where I graduated in 2018. I'm currently enrolled at Richland, double majoring in music education and music theory to, in the future, become a choir director and teacher. I was born and raised in Richardson, been here all my life. I can say that I love it here. I do love the diversity. And I met all my friends here, and I met them at Berkner, and I've always known them to be very outspoken ladies and never afraid to voice their opinions. So when Autumn and Isabella brought up that they wanted to do something, I was completely on board because I knew that they were the perfect people to do it.
Wow. Okay, Autumn.
Hi, my name is Autumn Ray. I've lived in Richardson for about like 10 years, and I went to Berkner all 4 years. I graduated 2019. I'm currently going to school for nursing so I could help in like the prenatal unit and like help make sure that the deliveries go smoothly and that there's no problems. It's a big thing right now. And I mean, I've known MacKenzie and Monique for basically most of my life, and Bella is basically a sister to me because as soon as we got into a class together, we just naturally gravitated towards each other. I don't know how, we just...
Awesome. What class was that?
It was choir. I think it was choir. It was choir.
Yeah.
Awesome. Monique?
Oh, hi, my name is Monique Mitchell. I went to Berkner my freshman and sophomore year of high school. I now attend Richland Community College in the Richland Collegiate High School program. I'm aiming to get my diploma and my associate's degree in biology so that I can transfer over and get my veterinary medicine degree.
Oh, wow, wonderful. A science girl, huh?
Yeah. Smart one.
That's awesome. MacKenzie and I will stay out of science. We'll just, move on.
Yeah, I'll handle the music.
There you go, girl.
I've lived in Richardson my whole life with my sister MacKenzie, and I've always looked up to her, Autumn, and Isabella. We were all in the choir program at Berkner, so we were really close. And I've always looked up to Autumn and Isabella because of how outspoken they were, and because of how much they believed in what they did. And so I love that, and I wanted to be a part of it.
Wow, that's awesome. And Isabella?
Hi, I'm Isabella Marcano. I went to Berkner High School for all 4 years, and during those 4 years, I was part of the education program. And then this fall, I'm going to be going to UTD to study either political science or child therapy. I'm still kind of deciding, maybe both.
You have time.
I have time. I met these three amazing, amazing women while I was at Berkner, and just like always feeling so welcomed and loved by them, but also knowing that like there was so much power in this group. And so when we finally came together, it just felt so natural. Like there was no part of being like scared that something was going to go wrong, because like we've all had each other's backs the whole time. And there's so many like beautiful, amazing ideas that they have. And like, I just cherish the opportunity to be a part of this with them.
Well, I love that you guys are like, friends outside of school. And my son graduated from Berkner and through the STEM program, and he still has friends that he made in Berkner that, lifelong friends. And I grew up in South Dallas, the southern sector. Never went to high school. So I love to hear your stories about the lifelong relationships you guys are making have made in high school. So several of you all mentioned about speaking up. And how was it hard when you decided to organize this? You all just mentioned or shared with me that you organized this protest in 3 days through social media, when old people like us take months to prepare to get a couple of community members to show up at an event. But it seems to me, as a young child and somebody, probably as women are often told, sit down, don't ruffle anybody's feathers, don't do anything that's too controversial. What conversations did you all have? Were you scared when you wanted to do this? Can you walk us through a little bit about that, through that?
Well, like the day before, I texted them. Well, I texted Bella because
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think we should do this because we're getting threats and stuff.
Really? You got threats?
Yeah,
Yes.
we were getting threats. Like people thought that we were gonna like loot their house. I have everything that you have, so I mean, I don't think I want it. So I was like, I don't want to get shot.
Yeah. And she was like, I don't know if we should do this. I don't know. Do you think we should? And all of that. And
Yeah, because my family was like, I mean, they still aren't on board with it. They think it's a joke right now still, but they like threatened to kick me out and all this other stuff. So I was a little scared because I didn't want any of them to be affected also the same way. So.
But sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, MacKenzie, go ahead.
My father, his father and him, they were Black Panthers in Oakland, California.
Wow.
Way back then. So my family has always been Black power, Black pride, and all the things above. So when Autumn was telling us that, my dad like busted in the room. He's like, no, this is going to happen. You're going to do it. And no matter what anybody says, this is going to happen because this needs to happen. And y'all have my full support, and I will do anything I need to make sure this happens.
When I was at the protest, I saw him and I was like, who is this random man? That was your dad. That's so cool. Oh, I love it. Well, what was really cool is your parents showing up to the next protest. I met your mom, Miss Mitchell, and it was just, so to have the parental support, somebody who dropped out of school for me, that was one thing that I was missing. So to have your parents support you, to elevate your voice and not be scared.
Yeah, my parents have always been like everyone else's and all my friends is like second set of parents. They just support everybody that me and Monique come in contact with and open them up like they're part of our family.
Yeah, every time I have an idea, no matter how dumb or crazy it is, even if it's just like a random thought, they let me talk. And, they're very supportive. So I know, and as I said it, they were like, I mean, you could come stay here. And they always tell me that.
When she was like, they might kick us out, we're like, there's a room right here if they do that.
Wow.
They're most definitely inspirational, and they're the type of people that you would want to grow up and be like. So when we had the support, it was very emotional, and it definitely made like all of us want to do it even more.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, that is awesome. Isabella, what about your parents? Did they tell you like, why are you even sweating this? Or what did your parents tell you?
My parents, so my mom is white and my dad is Puerto Rican, and they've always been very, very supportive, and they're both activists in their own kind of movements. And so anything that I've ever been, passionate about, they've wanted to support me. Of course, they were kind of scared, and but the day before it happened, they were like, is this really your fight? They weren't not supportive, but they were just confused because I feel like the older generations, they've seen these problems and they've just thought, oh, well, there's nothing we can do about it. So let's just let it be. And I told them like, it is my fight because it's my ancestors that caused these injustices on either side, wherever it came from. Like, I feel like it's kind of my mess to clean up in a way. And not only that, but in the situation where like the protests were becoming violent and police were becoming violent, I kind of had this mentality where if something went wrong, it would be me between these girls and the cops. Because realistically, my skin is a shield and theirs is a target. And so I never had the mentality that like, this is not a fight that I need to be in. Like, I've always just wanted to uplift their voices in any way that I can. And my family's been really supportive of it.
That is awesome. The way you just framed that. I guess I never framing it that way. That's amazing. And I remember that day, Autumn was stressing very much. All of you were actually like, don't come here to start beef. Like, this is not where you're not gonna, I'm paraphrasing, but basically you were telling the people that this is not going to be one of those. We're going to do this peacefully. We're going to follow the rules that were set up, and we're not going to. So I love the fact that you made sure that the public knew, like, we're going to do this right. And honestly, nobody was trying to beef anyway. But you just made it sure. Well, maybe they were, but you definitely squashed.
I mean, we left after that. We told them, we were like, watch what you say, because it is considered hate speech. Well, not hate speech, but like, because in the First Amendment, like some things that you say, you will not be protected by that amendment. So I was like, you need to make sure you watch what you say, but we have to go because we have a curfew. And before that, they can tell you, I take no mess from nobody. And I was ready for whatever they were going to try to do. I was like, no,
Yes. So
Mackenzie's voice is one of the most powerful. Like, if she says something, you turn and you just hear her, like, it's her, and you're just like, yes, ma'am.
Yes,
I'm in the other room, and I can hear her.
I believe that. So we are going to, our office is going to work with you all to really continue to advance and move forward with different projects that we've talked about. But as we're moving forward with, we wanted to put this together to give you all an opportunity to talk about that, about the importance of Black Lives Matter and what we want the next steps to be. And so I know Karen is kind of like giving us a hard time, but what do you all want people to know? We have a few minutes. What do you want people to know as we move to the next step in terms of different experiences and change that not only needs to happen in our communities, but also in our school districts? From here, as we're moving forward, what do you want people to know about the next steps and about what we need to do to make things better? What do you want people to know today as we continue to progress and move forward and bring instrumental or substantive change?
We definitely want people to know that their voices will be heard and that they can lean on us for support, even if they don't have their parents' support or the educational system support, that we're always there for them. And if they want something to be out there, don't be scared to let us know what you think and give us more ideas to set up another protest or anything else that they would like to see happening within their community.
Go ahead.
That when we say change starts with us, we mean like it starts with us, and as we are the new generation, I guess you could say, we're going to be the ones that are teaching the kids that come after us. And in order for uncomfortable topics to be spoken about, I think they should be introduced early on, because if we're learning about history when in like the 3rd grade, then why can't we learn about all of our history and not just one specific part, one specific whitewashed part of it? So I mean, they're uncomfortable steps, but they need to be taken.
Yeah. I would like people to know, because I've seen a lot on social media, that people don't really know what's happening as of like taking steps and things happening. I want people to know that changes are being made. Like, we are making progress. There are laws being passed. There are policies being enforced now that have happened since all of this started. Some people, I feel like, are losing hope and losing momentum because they don't see the things that are being changed. So they think nothing has happened in these past 3 months, but stuff has happened and things are being changed. We can't let up, because the more we go, the more things get changed in the long run. So, yeah.
That's right. And Isabella?
I think if I had one point to share, it would be for, white people who do have privilege, who think maybe, oh, this isn't my fight. I'm not Black, I'm not brown, I'm not discriminated against. It is your fight, because we're here for a reason, and they're not discriminating against themselves. And so I think one of the most important groups in this movement is white people, because it is our job to educate ourselves so that we don't progress these ugly tendencies that have been going on. It's not just about police brutality. It's about, medical injustices against Black pregnant women, which, Autumn is talking about. It's about education and how only one small piece of history is taught, and it's taught from a biased standpoint. It's about all of these things that have been added and added and added on top of each other that we all have to come together to combat. It's not this group against this group. It's all of us against the problem.
Well, and that's why I am so hopeful, and I'm so excited and looking forward to working with you all and drafting new legislation and working together. You're inspiring as young women, but you're also inspiring as future leaders. I get really excited when I work with youth, and because one of you will be taking my place one day. And so you see the world completely different than the world that we grew up in. And so I really appreciate and am honored to be able to work with you all as we continue to improve our community and work together. Because one thing that you all have taught us is that it is a collective. It is our collective efforts that we're going to be able to bring change, but we have to do this together. And you guys are masters at bringing people together. So I want to thank you for joining us today. We're going to continue these conversations and continue to bring forward change. But I am so honored to be able to work with you ladies. I'm looking forward to all of the different projects that we've discussed, and we'll let our viewers know about those. But I want to thank all our viewers for watching us. We'll continue to engage the girls in other conversations, the young ladies. But you had your first sneak peek at a future state rep right here, possibly future senator, and brought to you by Representative Ramos. But we are here to serve you, to serve the young ladies, and viewers. You're going to learn more about other projects that we're working on. So thank you all for joining us, and thank you, ladies, for being part of our session today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.